Nate from Naytronix, and this is for Vinyl Mag.
Tell me about Dirty Glow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did you decide to do a solo project? And
yeah.
all that?
Well, I think mostly up until I started Naytronix, I was playing either other people's music or in collectives, and so I wanted to do something that was just like all my own. And
like, how involved were you in Tune Yards, like the writing and everything?
I was pretty involved on the second record, but so we went on the road for like probably 18 months or something, so just the two of us.
Yeah.
And so that was a lot of time when we started writing the songs together. And it's all it's all her music, but it's just like, because having me, she could just kind of write and bounce off ideas with me instead of just having a looping pedal, which is what she did before.
Yeah.
So with that album, I definitely like played a big role in the songs, and I'm still in Tune Yards too, but it's not it's on a break. Meryl has such amazing ideas, but I have the ideas too, and I didn't want to be like, why don't we go to this, part, and I'll like sing this thing and like do a synth, because it's like she needs me as a support role. So Naytronix was like kind of a way for me to just like, do my own thing and not have to worry about what anyone else thinks. My album, actually, I finished the Dirty Glow like in a year ago. It took a year to release, and we were just waiting until it was the perfect time for Tune Yards to stop. And then we knew that when we'd stop, it would be a really long time, before we started up again. So I had kind of planned out the album to come out right when that break would start. We were home for a few months when we were recording the Who Kill, but then it was these 8 hours of driving in a van, everything. So I'm just sitting there, with a notepad, kind of writing these sort of sketches of a song. Sorry. That's Sam.
Sam is here to take the pens from. Is this? It's not mine. No, I'm gonna go in the other room.
Oh yeah.
Accessible.
Alright.
Yeah. Sweet. Thanks.
Sure. That's Emery too.
Hey.
Hey.
Emily.
There we go.
Nice to meet you.
I'll let you go back to it.
Okay. What were we talking about?
How long? Oh yeah, I was saying,
okay, yeah.
But so it was actually I think it was kind of good because I have time to think about everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. So it's really hard to classify into one genre.
Right.
Which I love.
Yeah.
It's a really good mixture of just a ton of influences. Can you name some of your influences?
Genre. I was listening to a lot of it doesn't necessarily sound like it, but Turkish psychedelic music, and hip hop, and even we listened to Y a lot on that tour. I was really into, and still am, but this sort of type of heavy bass and kind of funky, almost hip hop influence, but I didn't want to rap. I don't consider myself a a lyricist, so I'll kind of write as little lyrics as possible, and even sing as little as possible, but focus on the music. So before Naytronix, I mostly wrote instrumental music. Genre was just a lot of that kind of pop, funk, dance, and then I've studied a lot of jazz, and am into that kind of experimental jazz. So that kind of I didn't really even mean for it, but I just feel I can't escape it.
Yeah.
So
I really liked. Did you write the bio?
The bio was written by Noah Bernstein.
It's hilarious.
Who's a great alto player that was the alto player in Tune Yards. He's a genius, creative,
brilliant,
writing guy. Yeah.
But it's funny because he just the post-apocalyptic idea and all that stuff, but and I get that. It also kind of is like when I listen to you, it also is sort of reminiscent of the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which I like.
Yeah.
It's bringing like past and then future.
Right.
And all that.
That's good that you said that, because I think I was thinking about that a lot, of like wanting the record to sound like it was like from the 70s, but also from like the year, 2090 or something.
It's a really different sound, and I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Is it mostly or all you on the album, or?
It's mostly me, but I have a lot of great friends that like Emery, who's plays with us live, like played a lot of guitar and sang backup vocals. Sam plays drums on a song, and then all these like horn players.
Yeah, I was gonna say the horn section and all that stuff.
And Ross, I have a friend, Ross Peacock, who's in this band Mwahaha that's from Oakland, so you should check them out too.
Okay.
But he just helped a lot in terms of a lot of the synthesizer kind of crazy sounds and ideas. So yeah, it was basically, and Meryl's on it too, like she's like singing backup and that, so yeah, I mean, I had a lot of help with a lot of good friends.
So what's the live band? I mean, I know I'll find out in like an hour, but
the live band is just a trio.
Okay.
So we do a lot of like instrument switching, except Sam stays on the drums, but the three of us all sing, and you'll sing, like it's a lot of there's a lot going on. So.
Awesome. Okay, it's cool that like there's a lot going on, but there's only 3 people.
Yeah,
that's really impressive.
Yeah, so I have like a sampler and then a few different synthesizers and Emery has like a synthesizer, a guitar, and we both switch off on bass.
You said you were like listening to Y. So did you know them when you were listening to them?
I don't think so. I know I'm sure we've met just like in passing, but it's mostly through Eli Cruz, who's the sound guy.
So is that how you got on the tour with them?
I don't know. That's a good question. But
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
You've been on tours and stuff and played, but it wasn't ever like solely your music.
Right.
So is that like a really different feeling?
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a different feeling. It's a lot more kind of a mental energy.
I just feel like there's like more vulnerability if it's it's your music and you're putting yourself 100% out there, and you're not playing like someone else's or with someone else.
Totally.
Yeah.
But
and it's like a braver thing to do. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's like, I think it's good for people to do it, even if they want to be in other people's band, just so they see how it feels, and then maybe they can be even more supportive.
Yeah.
So, but in my live band, the other 2 guys both have solo projects, and I think that really helps, because they're like, okay, like we'll do more driving so you can like focus on the set list or like do interviews.
That's really nice.
And so it's like having people that know how it feels and stuff.
So how's like audience reception been for?
I think it's been good so far. Yeah. I'm happy with I think I'm at this point I feel really comfortable being on stage, because I've spent the last like 3 years on stage.
Yeah.
So it's been I feel like I'm able to kind of get through things that in the past might have thrown me off. After this tour, we're gonna go to Europe, and we're actually doing more shows with Y, and some of our own shows, and then that will end in about mid-December, and then I'm planning on scoring a film for this independent comedy for like December and January. Hopefully we'll start working on the next Tune Yards record maybe in February or March, just depending on how Meryl feels, because she wants to really take a break, and she's working on a lot of other things. And then hopefully I'll do some more Naytronix tours, maybe like it's kind of like finding these like little gaps, because after you finish a record, it might be like a year before it comes out or something. So during that time I could like tour, start working on the next Naytronix record too. But I try to just like keep busy, at least have a couple of years planned out. So
you're gonna continue with them both though?
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Thanks.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
I think we're done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was really good to meet you.
You too.